Hello natural beauties, welcome to my channel. My name is Nat and today we're going to play in some new makeup. First off, I'm not going to be using this Ulta eyeshadow palette. It's called Cake. It's a 15-piece eyeshadow set and this is what it looks like on the inside, but if you're interested in me using this in like a bingo, let me know and I will definitely put that together. Now let me show you what we are using today. So let's start with an eyeshadow palette. So this is a ColourPop's Limoncello eyeshadow palette and I love lemon, y'all. My absolute favorite dessert all time is lemon meringue pie. I love lemonade. I love just lemon curd by itself. I actually just made some like lemon keto cheesecake drops, I guess. And those are in the freezer right now. So here is the palette and it is gorgeous. Not only do I love lemons, but I love yellow eyeshadow. So this is hopefully gonna be so much fun. Usually when I do new makeup play, I'll do two different eyes just so we can try and use as many of these shadows as possible. Now I do like to play in new eyeshadows with one eye primed and the other one just, you know, naked. And I primed today with another new product that I'm going to be using. This is the Smashbox Halo Healthy Glow all-in-one tinted moisturizer with SPF 25. And so I just shook this up real good and I put it on this eye as a primer. It does have primer in it, and you know, you want to be really careful with SPF around the eyes, so I don't recommend doing this. This is just something that I did because I want to test it out. So we'll also use this on our face in a little bit, and y'all, this box has so much good information on it. Maybe I'll read it to you as the video progresses. So here is another Limoncello product that I got, and this is one of their gel eyeliners. This is an extra frosting, and I got this because I thought it was going to be a yellow eyeliner, but it's more of like a brightening cream nude. And you know, I mean, I don't mind it, but it's not exactly what I was anticipating. Now I do have this e.l.f. hydrating core lip shine in the color Giddy on my lips right now. I was very surprised at how pigmented it was, and they do have different colors. So you know, I mean, if you were interested in a very kind of like shiny, hydrating looking lip, then you know, they do have different colors, so that's really interesting. And then lastly, you see me motioning and gesturing with this. This is an e.l.f. duo contour and probably bronzer and highlight, and this is in coconuts. So let's go ahead and get started because I cannot wait to jump into this palette. So it also has a gorgeous mirror, y'all, and I am just really excited about this. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna go right under my brows with this one just to kind of brighten up. So I thought today we would chit chat about me maybe being forced to go on vacation. So I know that sounds crazy, and wow, praise God, what a problem to have, right? You know, having to possibly take vacation. So what had happened was that we had planned on going to Costa Rica in 2020. And, you know, I mean, y'all know what happened. But now everything's kind of opening up and we're getting back to some, you know, semblance of normal. And my family and I are all like fully vaccinated. So we just found out that Costa Rica is open. I'm going to go into Amalfi. So Costa Rica is open, and because we were supposed to vacation last year, it turns out that we have to have traveled and be done with those vacation credits by December 15th of this year. They're not extending them. If you don't use it, you lose it. Now, here is the good part. First off, my thought is, if we have to travel, I mean, we're already going to be on a plane and have that risk. But I'm still super nervous, y'all, just because I don't really know much about, like, airplane filtration. I mean, I want to think that we've made, the kind of progress where our filtration systems in the airplane is mostly like pressurized, and I mean, like we'll suck up all the bacteria and viruses and stuff, or circulate it. I don't know how it works, and that's part of the reason why I am very nervous and hesitant to even consider travel, but on the other hand, man, I need to travel. I need to do something, because I am gonna lose my mind, y'all. I'm working from home, I don't have a lot of contact with people outside of, my little bubble, but I think that, okay, let me try and stay, so I'm over here. So let's go into this brown right here, and this is semi-Fredo. And so, I really do need more contact, I guess, or interaction with people, because I do my best to just stay away from people, But the thought of losing those credits, it just makes me think like, that's not going to happen. Now, we can, if we decide not to go to Costa Rica, we can switch them to Mexico, or we could do something here in the US. Now, again, we have been to Mexico several times. Love it. Absolutely love it. Oh my gosh, we could go all the time, like every year. But again, if we're going to be traveling and already on a plane, I may as well fly, 4.5 hours to Costa Rica, which is where we originally planned on going, as opposed to like 2.5 hours to, Belize or wherever we decide to go in Mexico. Because my other thing is, y'all, I'm a little bit bougie when it comes to travel. I don't want to go to the same place where I've already been. And we've been to like, the usual places in Mexico, and so even though it'd be a great value and just kind of a nice, dip of the toe back in the water, I'm just like, dude, if we're gonna run the risk of, traveling, then let's travel, So, I don't know, guys, but, I'm just thinking, Now, another option that I was rolling around in my head is, y'all know that I have a bucket list. And so if we did change from like Costa Rica to somewhere else, then one of the places that I would like to consider going would be Mexico. But I would like to go to Mexico City for Dia de los Muertos. That's on my bucket list. Oh, this is just a gorgeous shimmer, y'all. And this blue, oh, so pretty. This one's called Fly Girl. And so that would be another possibility. I don't know, because I'm just reserved to even consider, but we did get vaccinated in May. So if the vaccines are good for 6 months, that puts us like right at the height of, what should be, how our vaccine is working, at the height of our immunity because of the vaccine, But God, I'm just really scared, y'all, Plus, I do have pre-existing conditions. Like, I have asthma. And so that is something that I really want to go into this green, because I have several greens in my collection that look like this. So I would like to be able to use it and compare it like in my head. But I have got to dip into this yellow. And y'all saw that beautiful orange that I used over there. So I'm going to go into this one. And this one is Serenade. And I don't know. I forgot what I was saying or where I was. But so with the possibility of traveling, being so incredibly high and probable, That just means that I need to kind of get back on track with a couple things. My first thing that I need to get back on track with is our vacation budget. And it's not that, well, I reallocated a small portion of my vacation fund towards debt once, you know, I knew like in 2020 this wasn't going to really go anywhere. So I didn't expect us to travel in 2020. So I reallocated a small amount of our vacation fund to some of my debt. And I haven't been adding to our vacation fund. So I still have everything minus, you know, the little portion that I reallocated, but I haven't been adding to it. And I need to start doing that. Well, luckily, what's this, May? So I'm going to say last month, I started putting just a small amount into my vacation fund. So, you know, all right, so I am going to, sorry about that, I'm going to go into this green one because I cannot help myself, and I'm going to use it. Oh, you know what? No, I'm going to hold on to it first. I'm going to hold on to it, and I'm going to go into Vespa with this one right here, and I'm going to use this in my crease, and then I'll use this one to blend, you know, them together. So, yeah, so I need to start by, you know, getting back on track with my vacation budget. But luckily, you know, I was able to be responsible with what we already had. So it's not like we're far behind or anything, you know, we just haven't advanced, you know. And so with that, another thing that I really want to try and pay attention to, I love lists, y'all. I love a list. I can check something off, cross it out, makes me feel so amazing. And it really helps like light a fire under my behind, you know? And so I have been making a list of unexpected or like forgettable vacation expenses. So when I say forgettable, I mean like I know automatically I'm not going to forget my son needs his passport. I'm not going to forget that. But I might forget to factor in the international insurance that we now need because of this virus, you know. That's just something that I wouldn't necessarily think about until like, you know, booking or paying it off. But I would like to be prepared for that before I, you know, have to pay that final amount. And also, like, we need luggage. Our last vacation, we went to Tulum in Mexico. And so now I'm going in with Capri, y'all, that green. And I'm going to just smudge it right there between the two. And very pretty. It's a pretty green shimmer, but it's not nearly as dirty, grungy, bronzy brown as my Dose of Colors Friendcation. I can't think of what that, I want to say Dirty Money, or even my Marc Jacobs little potted one that I have, or the one in my, oh, it's right here. Let me grab it so I can show you, because this is why I love playing in makeup. This is my Jack Skellington Makeup Revolution palette. And I have this color right here, Everybody Scream, in my Hollow Out for Halloween. And I just want to swatch it. I'm also going to swatch Bugs because those are, you know, shimmery greens. That Bugs color is also in my Hollow Out for Halloween project pan. So let's swatch those two next to Capri. Let's do this one right here. Just so we can, you know, see what we're looking at, because this is why I like to play in makeup. Oh, look at that. Completely different. And that's not even factoring in the one that is in my Disney Villains palette. Or, I know I have another one. I've got some fallout on my face because I'm itching. Anyways, so that's why I love playing in these kinds, you know, playing in my makeup, because I get to know them. And that's so pretty, y'all. So I'm really liking this palette so far. Let me know if you got this, because I saw it and right away I was tempted by it. I was like, oh no. So I'm going to grab just this brush right here. You know, it's a little fluffier. And I'm going to go back in with that beautiful blue La Festa. And I'm going to just add it back to my crease because I really want that blue to kind of pop and shine there. And then I'm gonna just pull it under because that's so pretty. So yeah, so back to vacation. You know, I'm just kind of a nerd when it comes to planning. And you know, it really helps me relax and feel better about you know, how I'm spending my money and knowing that I'm prepared for it. So, and then also like now they require like a doctor's note to say that you are safe enough, healthy enough to travel. And so I don't know if doctors' offices are going to be charging for that. You know, sometimes they'll charge for like medical paperwork. But you know, those are just things that, oh, and then the people, whomever is going to babysit my pets, you know, I need a pet sitter and someone to water my matitas. So, and of course, you know, I'm gonna have to pay someone for that. Not complaining at all, but I have to remember to factor that into my vacation budget, you know. So when something pops up where I know that I'm going to need a significant amount of money, there's a few things that I automatically do to help myself, you know, reach that goal or pay for that expense, you know. And I automatically think, what do I have in the house as far as like food and stuff? And what can I make with it? Because using up what I have here at home, that really helps save my house a whole lot of money. And you know what? I think that I used all of these here, not this one. I'll use that underneath. So you know what? Let's use this one, easy peasy. We're going to use this on this other eye to smudge those two together. And that's really pretty. You know what? Looking at this, y'all, again, this is why I like doing this. This palette kind of reminds me of one of my Profusion palettes. I want to say, is it the chocolates? Give me a second. So I almost applied this off camera just for time's sake, but since it's a first impression, I really want to use it on camera with y'all. Also, I forgot to tell you, I got it in the color Light. And I did do my waterline. I used the ColourPop liner that I was talking about. And look at how good it looks, y'all. It looks so, so good. So I really like it. Y'all know that my eyes tend to struggle when it comes to waterline. Not all waterliners are created equally as far as my line is concerned. But I do have to say that I have this LA Girl Ultimate Eyeliner Intense Stay Auto Liner. And this one is also in nude. It's called Super Bright. And this one's really, really good too. And I want to say it's like $2. And I want to say this one's like $8 or something. So both really, really good, but you know, might be an alternative option here. But I do love this. So, I mean, at least so far. We'll see how long that stays on. Now, I also went and pulled my chocolates palette. Just occurred to me, I had mentioned my Friendcation palette earlier. I didn't pull that one, but I did go pull my Misunderstood palette. So let's start with the chocolates palette. So I get where I was thinking that these palettes were similar because they do have lots of like shimmers that are bright and kind of golden, and then you see these kind of like earthy tones, but also that green, you see the green right there. Let me see, yeah, this green right here and that green right there, but they're not as similar as I was thinking. And then it does have this green, but it doesn't have the blue. So that's what I was thinking about. And this one doesn't have yellows, but again, just another example of why I love to play in my makeup. Now, as far as the Misunderstood palette, the color that I was talking about is right here, Diablo. And this one, let's look at them side by side and then I'll swatch them. So you can see them right there. So automatically it looks like Diablo is just a little more bronze. Let's swatch it and see what they look like. And then we'll finish our face with our dirty hands. This is such a beautiful color, y'all. Gorgeous. Look at that right there. So yeah, definitely more green, but very similar. So, you know, just helps me to know exactly what I have. Now, so we're going to go ahead and just kind of wrap up these eyes. And to do that, let's use this last one right here that we haven't used yet. And I'm just going to go real low down under my lower lash line. This one is called Tuscan Fun. and I've really liked these shadows, y'all. They have just blended right out. So I'm into it, very much so. No regrets here. I'm not happy about the liner because, you know, I'm trying to buy stuff that I don't already have. And I already have a nude liner. Let's put this on this inner corner. Just a little bit more because I want it to be more yellow. And then we'll add this one on this inner corner. And let's play with, this is a clean brush. I'm just going to try and like knock anything off that. Okay, so, we were talking about the automatic response that I have when I realize that I need to start saving for something. So I automatically want to start using up whatever we have in the house. And then on top of that, because I'm looking at what we have in the house, I'm like, okay, so what kind of like scattered products do I have that I could buy little stuff for to help us use it up? For example, I had a big tub of oatmeal, and, you know, I tend to use them around Christmas. You know, I like to bake and stuff. And David likes oatmeal raisin, anything really, you know. And I didn't have any raisins. But I'm like, dude, if I buy like a little $3 canister of raisins, there's all kinds of stuff that I can use those raisins for, you know, to, you know, make stuff for the house. And it'll really just kind of save us money. It's just a matter of me actually taking the time to make that stuff. And so that's one of the first things that I like to do when I know that I have to save money. Another thing that I do is I adjust my budget. So a lot of y'all may know that I use Dave Ramsey's envelope system to help me save for stuff that could go wrong or for things that I need. Like one of my little cousins is having a bachelorette party. This looks really, really light, right? Well, that's all right because we have a bronzer duo that we need to try. But that covered really, really well. And it is real nice and dewy. You know, it says that it's got a primer in it. Let me add a little bit more. It does say that you need to shake it, and I want to add a little bit more, like right on my cheeks and on my top lip there. So one of the things that I do is I adjust my budget. And so because we're doing a family thing, we as a family need to work towards reaching a goal, you know? So that means that my son's allowance goes down. The budget that I have for my mom, like to help her with like her groceries or, you know, just little things that we do, you know, for our parents to kind of help curb their expenses. You know, her envelope will go down as far as how much I put in there. Also, our grocery budget will go down because if we're planning on vacation, that's a luxury. So we could afford to eat a little less expensive food, you know. So instead of like, you know, $120, $130 a paycheck for groceries, I might just put in, you know, $100 or even $80 if it's a shorter month, you know. Another thing that I do is I'll bring down our dining out budget because we do have a dine out budget. And, you know, if we're going to go on vacation, y'all, we don't need to be eating out as much. So I'm going to use this now. And I am going to start around my hairline. I like to start my bronzer around my hairline because I feel like, you know, it's easier for me to blend in. And if it comes across too dark, it's, you know, not that difficult for me to kind of troubleshoot and work out. And look at how bronzer just really helps, you know. I mean, I've been loving face palettes lately, y'all. Let me know, you know, what have you been loving? I don't know if it's because of like the spring and summer time, you know, but man, I've just been loving me some bronzers. And so let's keep talking about, you know, what I have to do as far as like, you know, deciding whether or not we're gonna vacation or not. But like I said, I guess our worst case scenario would probably be just switching to Mexico City for Dia de los Muertos, because that's on my bucket list anyways. And you know, I mean, as far as where we go, my son and my boyfriend, they don't really, you know, care too much. But you know, they do have like input and stuff, but you know, this is an outstanding circumstance, you know. And we're just thinking, you know, if we do have to change stuff, you know, what would we need to do? And that would be one of the options. And they don't care because it's been so long since we have, you know, been able to go anywhere. I think I'm going to switch brushes. I'm going to use this one, and I'm going to just go right into it like this. And go under. Ooh! Go under my chin. That looks really, really like pink, doesn't it? Oh my goodness. Gonna get all over my white shirt. So yeah. Oh, another thing that I've done, y'all, considering that we might have to travel soon, is I picked up some overtime at work. So I'll be working Memorial Day, and for me at work, that just means that I will not I won't get overtime, but I'll get paid for the day, plus I'll get an additional 8 hours of holiday pay. And then our department will usually offer like an additional 4 hours as a thank you for working, especially Memorial Day, because, you know, a lot of people like to be out for Memorial Day. You know, it's kind of an outdoors, beautiful weather kind of picnic, 4th of July prelude, you know. But yeah, so that's another thing that I will do. And we do have a couple case managers that are out at work, but I don't want to work their units. So I haven't volunteered because you know, I mean, when you volunteer for extra work at my job, you know, I work in a acute care hospital. You better remember that they don't care if you're tired or if it's overtime. You know, you better be up to par because you're working under license, you know, and those can be removed quickly. So I'm not real excited about that assignment in that unit. So I haven't volunteered yet for that. But, you know, I might, considering, you know, vacation. But I don't think I will. Okay, so I think this is it, y'all. These are all of our products that we tried, and I have really enjoyed all of them. My favorite would probably be the Limoncello. Well, I mean, I do really also like this liner. My only issue was that, you know, I already have 2 of these and they seem to be like huge, and they only cost $2 a piece. So if I'd have known that this was more of a nude brightening liner as opposed to like a canary yellow creamsicle liner, I would not have bought it. But I do like it, you know, that I'll use it. But again, we're talking about budget, so I'm just thinking, ooh, $8, you know, that could have been someone's tip in Costa Rica, you know, for like driving us in a taxi or something. I was really, really impressed by this. I'm curious to see how it works. I did already have lip balm on, so I need to try this without anything on my lips, but I really like it so far. It's real nice and silky. It does feel moisturizing, and it's super shiny, which is one of my, you know, favorite things in a lip product. So absolutely no glitter or anything, and just really comfortable so far. This was also really good. Oh, we did not put any highlight. Oh my goodness. What is the matter with me? My makeup lover card is going to be revoked. Let's just go in with this one because I have some clean brushes drying right back there, and I don't want to reach around y'all to grab them. So look at this, and this is without any mascara, y'all. You know, I'm running oh my gosh, y'all, I didn't tell y'all. I'm gonna say this for the end. So another thing that I did with my money, I know I'm supposed to be saving, but I had already purchased this before I knew that we were probably gonna have to travel this year. So one of the things that I'm exceptionally self-conscious about is my upper lip. It's got like a shadow, and it can look like I have a mustache sometimes, and I'm super self-conscious about it. So I bought 6 sessions of electrolysis. I am going to try to do like a whole vlog thing with it, but y'all know that I just record on my phone. I don't do any editing or anything. We are working on that as well. But, you know, I'm really excited about it because I'm determined to focus on a few issues that cause me stress and to be self-conscious, and my mouth is definitely one of them. So I've already gone to the dentist. I'm up to date with them. A whitening is a possibility if I want it, but I bought an electric toothbrush instead. We'll try that first before we jump into the deep waters as far as money is concerned. And now I'm gonna get some electrolysis on my mustache. So hopefully that'll make me a little less self-conscious about it. But you know, let me know what y'all think. I know that we all have this, you know, there's always something about us that we're just like, oh, I'm super self-conscious about this. And the rest of us look at you and we're like, what are you talking about? You look amazing. Or, you know, I don't even notice that. But it's something that's just kind of planted in us. And that's definitely one of my things, my whole mouth, y'all. And I don't know. So we're not going to get into it, but I was just talking the whole video about saving money, and I just spent that money on electrolysis. But hopefully it'll make me feel better. Thank you all so much for joining me. Just know that I am sending you positivity, and I hope that you're doing what you love. I will talk to you next time. Bye, y'all.